In this video, I'm going to review the Thermarest Z Seat. This little piece of glorious foam makes it easier for you to sit this down there on uncomfortable surfaces. I've had this guy for a little bit and I super love it already. One of the things about this is it's the same thing as a classic Z Rest, the same crinkle eggshell pattern but in a smaller space. But compared to the competitors, one of the nice things is the accordion folds are much shorter. Let me get my lever lock here. The accordion folds on this are 2 inches, which is about 5 centimeters, give or take. Let me show you here, which is a big difference. The traditional accordion folds on a Z Rest are about twice the size. So when you fold it out, it doesn't sit as flat. So this is a really nice feature. Now, it does have the foil side and the color side, whether it's yellow, blue, or gray, or whichever option. You can already see this thing's dirty. But the nice thing about this is it folds down to a very compact space, and I'll show you how much it weighs in a moment, but this also comes with this accordion bungee. So when you fold this down, it simply wraps around and you can hook it over there. Voila, there you go. Pretty nice. Fits around. Other designs have Velcro straps or nothing at all. This thing is so elegant because I was thinking, oh, how's that bungee going to work? I have to pull it over. This nice little hook, totally awesome. Plus there is a grommet in the surface of this, so should this bungee die, you should be able to at least put something together about it. Now, how much does this weigh and how well does it work? Let's get that taken care of. I have my handy dandy scale here. This weighs almost nothing, which is really sweet. Alright, let me get it closed up. I'll get it on the scale. I will lock it here. Alrighty. So according to my scale, this weighs 2.2 ounces. Or for my grams friends, this is 62 grams. It's super close to what Thermarest actually claims. It's 2 ounces, but 2.2 and whatever for the nutty gram counters who need to razor blade everything off. I guess you can take the edge of this off. So that is super light. I mean, it's not so light that it almost floats, but at 2 ounces for the nice pain that it saves, it's a really nice feature. So let's measure it out and see if it actually measures to what the specifications are. And we'll get the handy tape measure here, measure it out, and it says let's see, stretch it all the way out. Yeah, 16 inches. So all the way to 16 inches, which is about 40 centimeters, give or take. Forgive my math, I'm not quite right there. And then the width is about 12.5 inches, which is about 34 centimeters, give or take. So not too bad. Now, one of the things about this, why I chose the Thermarest Z Seat over the competitors too, is it's slightly larger than the less expensive competitors. Now, there is a rectangular shape to this. You put it, wide, not long, because most people are not that narrow. I mean, I don't have a big butt unless you think I have a big butt, in which case I have a big butt. But you see the ones that are narrow, they're only 12 inches wide. They just don't even cover my hips. I'm 6 feet tall or 130 inches, or 130 inches, 182 centimeters, 183 centimeters. But if you put it wide, it really covers, because when you sit in snow or in the dirt or anything, you want this to completely cover your seat. So that actually works pretty well. Now let me adjust the camera and I'll show you what that looks like here. Alrighty, I'll turn this just a bit. Alright, so I'm going to sit down on it. And you can see this is rough gravel type concrete, which I've never actually enjoyed sitting on. I mean, I enjoy the house, but so you can see that I am comfortably placed, and there's maybe an inch or about 2.5 centimeters on this side and this side. Of course, you can't see that side. As far as my butt goes, I'll show you just how well this fits here. I'm going to do a live action. So there you go, you can see. Let me get the strap in here. Not that you want to look there, but I'm just trying to show you that there's plenty of space here. I've got this here, and then on this side, the butt is just hanging off. So there's plenty of space here, and you can see that when I mush this down, I do not feel the crinkle on the concrete at all, which is so nice. It's such a difference. Plus sitting in this thing on the snow, oh my gosh, versus sitting in the snow and having the water push into my shell pants or something. I mean, it's just such a difference. So this Z Seat by Thermarest, I wouldn't say is an ultimate game changer, but as I've been hiking, I've always been jealous of people that have the fold-up seat with the strap, and like, man, wouldn't that be comfortable? Right up until I don't want to carry another pound, because my base backpacking weight in the summer is about 10 or 11 pounds, or 5.5 kilos, give or take. And an additional pound is a big deal to me. So can I tolerate 2 ounces though? Yes, for multiple reasons. It keeps me cleaner, not sitting in the dirt. It keeps my backside out of sap, because so often I'll sit on a tree log, it looks completely dry, perfectly clear, and then I get up and I'm covered in sap. I'm like, oh. So this thing will take the sacrifice. Now, the foil up versus this foam down, I would always put the foil up because it won't take too long for this foil to get worn out when you're rubbing on rocky surfaces, so that is a consideration. Theoretically, the foil is supposed to reflect the infrared heat from your body back into you. My experience has been that's not really true. At minus 20 degrees, I'm like, whatever, but it didn't mean anything to me. But you don't want to rub the foil off on rock surfaces. Now, this thing is much more expensive than you would expect. In fact, frustratingly expensive. I've got a link below in the description. But the competitor products just aren't as good because they're slightly smaller. They don't cover your hips as well. You're just barely sitting on that thing. So for this extra 1.5 inches or 2 inches or 5, 6, 7 centimeters that you get out of the width, plus this super snazzy closure ability where you can close this thing, flips around, grabs, and like no problem. And I think actually you can actually flip it around and make it the yellow side out, but whichever the case may be, it is well worth the money. Now the problem is you got to actually consider this as a sacrificial disposable item. Now, does that sound pretty insane for how expensive it is? Yes, it kind of irks me. But again, do I want to carry 1 pound or 1/2 kilo into the wilderness with a seat or more? I mean, I haven't used a seat like in 20 plus years, but once I saw this, I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to have that because it keeps my butt out of the snow and all these advantages. Plus, it might actually capture some of the ants that I usually end up sitting in. Yeah, ants, love ants. But this, I would say, is an experience game changer. Plus, in the snow, it totally keeps me off the snow, so I'm sitting around on some mountain freezing my keister off. My booty isn't in the snow soaking up water through my pants and into my undergarments. It's a big difference. So, as you can see here, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little sections that fold down into this nice little sandwich. It fits into a side pouch on your backpack, just about everything. So honestly, I can't recommend this thing enough. This little Z Seat from Thermarest is well worth the money and definitely worth the 2 ounces or 2.2 ounces or 62 grams. My name's Linsdau. I'm a polar explorer and professional adventurer. Please check out links in the description to my books, Antarctic Tears, Lost at Winnie Corner, Adventure Expedition 1, How to Keep Your Feet Warm in the Cold, The Jackson Hole Hiking Guide, 50 Jackson Hole Photography Hotspots, The Most Crucial Knots to Know, and my 2024 Total Eclipse Guides, as well as my show Antarctic Tears. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to get more info like this.